Hari Om, Namaste, welcome to this video. We are doing some Sanatana Dharma series of videos where we try to answer certain questions. There was a question about Upanishads very recently from one of my students. The question was, why are Upanishads not allowed for certain people? Why they are kept away? So this is the topic for today's discussion. This is going to be one side, of course. I'm the one who is explaining. The question was done before. So I have divided this as much systematically as possible, whatever I want to explain. First, let us concentrate on the content and the effect of the Upanishads. What is Upanishad? Okay. So let me give you the background of how it happened. Actually, there was a an open discussion class where we were trying to give an idea about what is Sanatana Dharma. Then, Sanatana Dharma belongs to everybody actually. So when it belongs to everybody, then it is free for everyone. That is what was the claim made. Then the question came, then why are Upanishads taught? When why are some people not allowed to chant the Vedas, etc.? Was the it was more on the Upanishads. So I'm concentrating on the Upanishad idea. Well, lot of this applies to Vedas as well. Okay, so there is some requirement of clarity about the subject of the Upanishads before we can talk anything else. The Upanishads are the end part of the Vedas. Like there are Vedas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, and Upanishads. So Upanishads form the fourth level. Okay, so there is lot of knowledge, lot of symbolic ideas, very, very deep meanings and instructional things are there, which are a little different from the main Vedic contents, which are imbibed in the Upanishads. They form the Prasthanatraya. They are one of the Prasthanatraya. Now, what is Prasthanatraya? When somebody becomes they want to learn the ultimate knowledge, they give up everything else in their life and then they want to come and learn the Upanishads, then they are considered as the ones who are seeking the liberation. Okay, so there are three texts which are prescribed for them. One is Brahma Sutra Bhashya, which is very high concentrated Vedanta. And then there is Upanishads and there is Bhagavad Gita. So these are all the three triangle, it's like the three angles of a triangle kind of study and approach towards the highest knowledge, ultimate knowledge. In these Upanishads, there are very, very high truths. Nothing beyond that. I mean, nothing else is required to learn. Once you learn the Upanishads, that is there. And it is all about the world, life, creation. Like, for example, Upanishads try to answer, how do we breathe? Why do we breathe? What is happening exactly? What is prana? Okay, and there are very, very stories, lot of stories which are very deeply encoded. The meanings are very deep and highly encoded and packaged. Each sentence is very strongly composed of, it's filled with lot of deeper knowledge and message. So what is it composed of? It is composed of some text actually, some prose, some poetry, some mantras. They are all like words. It's like Shabdatmakam, what we call. It's all full of like words and meanings. There are some stories like Varuna goes to his father. He asks what one should do. Then his father what is tell me what is Brahma. Then he goes go and do tapasya. So then he discovers it in 5 levels. Like what happens. So the true message, even if I tell the story to a 5-year-old, nothing goes wrong. The 5-year-old might repeat as I told after 50 years, after 20 years also the child will repeat the same way. Nothing goes wrong, but it will not be very useful for that child or a young man or even a householder. It will not be enough. Okay, there are like deeper messages and there are many discussions. Moreover, the Vedas and Upanishads have one more feature called Swara. Swaras are the 3 Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita. It's like kind of, the high one, low one, and the middle one. The normal one, the high one, and the low one. So these are the three swaras which are there. And everybody who is going through this video, who is now listening, must have heard the Vedic chanting. I need not tell any example of that. First of all, think about, no, this was about the content. Now let us come to the effect. What happens actually when one reads an Upanishad? One is reading means one is chanting. Like we are all discussing this with the, one are not allowed to read the Upanishad. Now the reading is chanting. Chanting is like the pronunciation and with that recitation kind of, like in some sabha, in some puja, in some public place, like they want to read. So no, it's a consequential activity. Now when somebody is reading it, it is read for some purpose, isn't it? So what is that purpose? To bring in some change in the world, some good change in the world, in the creation. Okay, so they are highest truths about the world, of course, and also have the energy, have the power to bring some change in the world for good, of course. So when it should be chanted, how it should be chanted, who should chant it, which portions, when, kind of all is like very specifically prescribed for those who are like taking it from a guru. Of course, I didn't mention the guru. So guru is a very important part of this learning. There is one irony in this world. There are many, of course. One of them is solution is there before our eyes, but we don't even know that it's a solution until we understand the problem. Until we want to answer a question, we will not find that answer until we have that question. So who has the question? Who is allowed to seek that answer is very specifically described. Not inside the Upanishads, of course. Upanishad will never tell you like what is inside that who should do it, but it is the unbroken lineage of the Guru Vamsha, that is the Guru lineage, and the father, forefather, kind of grandparents, and then the son, then the grandson, kind of this lineage. These both help us to understand whatever. So we cannot question them because they are experienced. They tell us from the experience. Now when I was mentioning Prasthanatraya, something called ultimate liberation. Not the purpose of it. The effect of this is actually Upanishads and their knowledge can cause us mumukshatva. They are sought because of the person's great desire to attain the ultimate liberation. That is leaving this world for good. I mean, there is something called Janma Karma Bandha. That means we are born, we die, we again born. There is like the theory of reincarnation. Like we have like lifetimes, like we have a birth. It's all actually called birth time. Like we take birth, then we live the life, then we die. This is called one life incarnation. Then we go to another, we keep on changing our forms, but we still continue. So there is some process which is prescribed to stop that. Why should it stop? It should stop for good because jiva, or the soul, is tired of being reborn. So the soul is tired. Now this person who has got the deep, intense desire to get liberated has this Upanishad as a solution. Now you can see, if I don't have any question, I'm happy with my life. It's okay. I want to be born again. I want to die again. It should not matter to me. Then Upanishads will never appear to me as a solution. And there is like lot of tapasya. Even inside the Upanishads, it's there. So there is lot of tapasya which is associated. Now what is tapasya? Tapasya is not a simple penance, but it is like lot of things are there which are included under that. We can do any spiritual activity as a tapasya, like we see and at the end of tapasya, what happens? We seek the blessing. We get the goal which we are opting for. So it's a process. It's a process through which we are attaining some goal. Okay, so this is a kind of a set of activities that we do. Okay, so all these are like when we are given some Ayurvedic medicine, we are asked to take it either with hot water, with cold water, in the morning, once, twice, or in the like night along with honey, or in the powder form, in a paste form, sometimes in a capsule form, sometimes in a like liquid form, sometimes like along with some other like things like sugar, like something. Okay, so tapasya is that. So Ayurvedic medicine is Upanishad, and tapasya is like whatever the doctor asks us to take along with that. So it really like there are many things that a medicine can do inside the body, and there can be sometimes the wrong effects because of the condition of the patient. So the doctor knows very well like which medicine to give when. So in the same way, the guru knows like who is ready for this, who can take it, whether or not. And it happens in everybody's life. Everybody who becomes a sadhaka, that means a seeker of the highest reality. That person, when he seeks a guru, okay, he or she, then they are guided, they are in turn like they are told in steps what to do and what not to do, etc. Okay, now we'll see who and how with a why of the Upanishads. First of all, like Indriya Nigraha, one who has Indriya Nigraha. What is it? What are Indriyas? We have the 10 sense organs, the Jnana Indriyas and the Karma Indriyas. The Jnana Indriyas are those which are kind of give us knowledge about the touch, sense, the feel of the like tongue, smell. All these are the Jnana Indriyas, and the arms, legs, and all are the Karma Indriyas. So Nigraha, like stopping them from the bad, stopping them from the unworthy things. Okay, that is Indriya Nigraha. And then the Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is abstaining from the like carnal desires and all. These are the basic one. One who has this is eligible. Shastras mention it very clearly. We should be inward and outward clean, not just Nigraha that like we are stopping for now, but we don't want to indulge into any like worldly activities. We should be very clean. Now, how is the cleanliness decided? It is decided by Janma. This is the most shocking truth of the Sanatana Dharma. Many Sanatana Dharma followers try to deny this just to attract people, just to tell them like sugar coated kind of. They say, no, it's like the later people developed it. Actually, it's not there in Vedas, etc. But there are many instances in Vedas, in Upanishads, everywhere where the system is Janma based. Though they give so many these things this is right, this is wrong, and all. They give so many like explanations and references. You see here, it happened. But of course, there are many exceptions for certain things. I don't say, but how many? Who can decide who is the exception and who is not? Okay, so this is how it is like who is inwardly clean, outwardly clean, who has indriya. Of course, yes, and they should be like janma based. Now, when it is janma based, then we come to like birth, like by the consequence of one's birth. Somebody is born into some varna. Now, varna ashrama dharma. Now, what is varna ashrama? Sorry for the spelling mistake. It should be varna ashrama. Okay, so let me now, how is the Janma-based system bringing us to the like how which varna? Okay, so let us see that. How many varnas are there? There are 4 varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and there is one more Panchama. For those who do not belong to even these 4, belong to 5th. They what are ashramas? Ashramas are the stages of life, like when somebody is at the learning stage, then the householder stage, then the giving up stage, one is prepared for that, then given up stage. So there are like brahmacharya, then grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. So these are the 4 ashramas. So once one person is born into certain varna, then there are like first 25 years, then 25. So we like counting the life as like 100 years, then we divide it into like each 25 part. Now these 25 years, first 25 years are for learning, then 25 years are for like running the house, getting the children, family, and everything. like marrying and all that involved. Then the third one is slowly giving up, like slowly they move away from the like family life, and then they'll just go away, the elderly wife and husband, leaving the parents, leaving their children into the again the next like generation takes over. So this is how it is done. Now, which ashrama one belongs to? At that point of time, what are the prescribed activities? Which varna one is born into, and what are the prescribed activities? Now, these prescribed activities are not exactly there in the Vedas and Upanishads. For them, we depend upon many other like scriptures which are found. Okay, or the best thing is the elders guide us and we follow. Now, the Upanishads are allowed for Brahmanas. Now, these Brahmanas are trying to trying to keep up the tradition, and their lifestyle is designed in such a way that they are like doing all this whatever is eligibility criteria for the holding up of Upanishads and all. They are following it as a natural lifestyle. Okay, so there are many things that a Brahmana does. Okay, like I offered the student one more thing, like there is like one Veda Pathashala. Let us go and see like what exactly they are trying to do when they are learning. And let us question to ourselves, if allowed, can I do that? 100%. Can I do that? No, I want to get married. I want to be like into the worldly pleasures. I want to enjoy my life. I want to be some sportive. I want to enjoy with like some good food and all these good clothes and all these things. And still I want Upanishads. So this is how modern world thinks. I will not give up anything. I will keep following what I have been doing since my childhood. I will not change anything. Still, you give me the Upanishadic knowledge. That is what the youth of today is asking. Okay, now one who has like no prescribed, the lifestyle is not matching with the prescribed system of like when you intake an Upanishad, so and so things are needed. For example, Indriya Nigraha. Somebody is not having, so they are watching movies, they are smoking, they are drinking alcohol, they are doing all the ashastric things, I mean, adharmic things they are doing. Okay, they are not following any rules. Then how can I be sure of the loyalty? Okay, so the loyalty towards the tradition, this is a very big question that the Sanatana Dharma is facing right now, because Sanatana Dharma had opened doors to like other people, to the outsiders who not even is aware about the basic knowledge about the criteria, eligibility criteria, are trying to intake because they are all published, they are all available in the form of books. So they started imitating Brahmanas. How the Brahmana in my like this thing is by Janma also and by the Karma also. Of course, that question always comes. What if a Brahmana is born but not following? Then yes, very clearly, even he is not allowed. When Brahmana is like, once he cleans himself, once he gives up whatever wrong he has done, does the prayashchitta, that means the activities which are done for undoing like whatever the wrong happened, then he becomes eligible again. So it's like that. Vedas and Upanishads are allowed for the first three varnas. Okay, so let me be clear with that. Now, what are we working with? Why is loyalty very important towards the tradition, towards like how the things are going in and how I am assimilating it, how I am presenting it and how I am using it in my life is like decided because of there are like the how is related to why. Let us see why of the aspect now. The mantra form, which like Veda mantras, Upanishads, they're all mantras. They're not just simple texts. They are not shlokas. Like Vakratunda Mahakaya, anybody can read it, but everybody cannot read Agnimedaya Purohita. Okay, everybody cannot. Because it has something called very serious consequence of the chanting. When somebody chants a Veda mantra, there is something which is happening in the world. It's a very simple logic. It's a very simple equation. Like the sound can generate some change in life. This happens in our day-to-day life. I will tell very small example. Like when our mood is down, we are trying to listen to a song. It suddenly uplifts our listening. What is happening? There is sound in the form of music, sound in the form of words. Okay, sometimes the words may not affect us much. The music might. Sometimes the music might not help us. The thought which is produced by that song, it may be a very Like we all have our favorites to do when our mood is down and all. So this mood, when it is down, it is trying to uplift itself through that sound. That means sound has a power to bring some change. Then imagine if a small music, small it's as simple as a song can bring so much, then what Vedas can do. Okay, then you might say, oh, this is like wonderful. Then why not for everyone? Why not? How does that affect? Okay, it affects by the use and misuse. Okay, the effect is coming. It can be good or bad. Okay, so when now all the criteria which are Indriya Nigraha Brahmacharya are not happening, and this mantra is being chanted or it is being heard in an unclean stage, then it is a misuse of that. It is a misuse of that. Definitely it is. So then what happens? It produces an ulta means like wrong. Reverse effect. Reverse effect is produced. Okay. So the wrong lifestyle already is producing some like sinful, like I don't want to use that word, but there is punya and papa associated. Of course, we have those terms. They are the Vedic terms, punya and papa. Okay, they are very dharmic terms. So now these wrong lifestyles are leading to wrong effects. In that wrong effects, we are again bringing something very, very pure and very like high knowledge. It is again contributing to the wrong effect. Okay. This whole activity is not just brainy. Somebody is very intelligent. I can pick the swaras wonderfully. I can read this wonderfully. But the heart is full of something worldly. Okay, worldly like carnal desires, the power, the craving for power, the thirst for the lustfulness, the thirst for enjoying the bodily like the show of things, and like the having fame. So we want all these and we are attracted by that. Our lifestyle is running in that. We want to improve our business. We want to like it's not wrong. These goals are all very good, but they don't go along with the Upanishadic life. They don't go along with the mantra life. They do not. But okay, should I not even listen? Okay, listen in a very in the prescribed time with the prescribed rules. At least have some basic this thing. Okay, now I don't want to close this video with a negative note. Let me tell you what I was told. This has we'll go back to this part of the presentation. So this text, meaning, story, message, and discussions. Now what one can do is, let's not go for the chanting. Let's not aim for the swaras. Let's not aim for the, the reading part of it. But let's read for the text, for the meaning. Let's go for the guru and ask him, tell me the message. I want to learn. I want to apply. Let us show the humbleness and let us sit at the feet of the guru. Okay, don't try to follow any YouTube videos. Don't try to follow any, even this will be a YouTube video, but I'm not trying to tell you any Upanishadic content actually. I'm telling you things around it. Okay, so go for discussions, go for everything. This is wonderful. Don't go for chat. That's all. That's the only thing I was stopped from. I never tried to learn the swaras, even though I can understand them. There are people who are very particular regarding these things even today. So go to the right person. One person who tells you you cannot really is the right person. When you are not ready, the person whom you seek guidance is telling you you are not ready, then that is the right person. Take it, take it, take it. Don't take it to your heart. Take it to the right spirit. Take it with the right spirit and apply it. Okay. Nobody stops you from like seeking the higher truths, but just uh, refrain from being like boastful about how much you know. You know, these days we have started Upanishads have become a fashion to tell others that no Ramayana, no Mahabharata, nothing. Just directly Upanishads. We are like, now we are doing this Upanishads, later we do that. So it has become like a very simple game that people try to play. So please go through these points which are being discussed in this video. Okay. And then think yourself, like when something higher is coming to you, when you are seeking for something higher, you should grow to that level. Okay, we cannot take a 5th standard child and put him in a 10th standard and like expect him to pass the exams. Can we? We cannot. So everything is graded. It comes in a very systematic level. When we are ready, our creation has an arrangement where we can be born into the eligibility, where the eligibility can be applied. Okay, so be hopeful, follow the rules which are apt for your varna, follow the rules which are apt for your ashrama, and then slowly cleanse the like through the sattvic behavior, cleanse the mind, cleanse the janma, cleanse the body, cleanse the psyche, and then you can easily and slowly, step by step, seek the Upanishads. Nobody is stopping you. Okay, Hari Om, Shubhamastu to you all.